Hello everybody, I'm Evert Varela, and for this audio journal I'm gonna talk about surviving. There are some times that people is between the life and death and must to take decisions. Most of the times these decisions are hard to take because we want to stay alive and no matter how, but life is more important than everything. It is like an instinct that all living beings has. For this time, I'm gonna tell you about Aaron Ralston's history. He was a man of 27 years old who loved mountain sports. One day, he left home and went to walk alone to a canyon in the desert. When suddenly, a giant rock about 500 kilograms came crashing down to the canyon to smash his right hand and trap it against the canyon wall. He was in a desperate situation because no one knew about his trip. During a few days, this guy tried to move the rock of his hand, but he couldn't because the rock was very heavy and he only can use one hand and maybe his legs. He tried to move the rock and he never could. He was fighting to move the rock but some days, but nothing happens. Uh, Also, the rock was heavy, like I said. He was losing energy. He didn't have food, and also he he didn't have enough water to drink to rehydrate. And he started to drink his urine to rehydrate while he was waiting for help during some days. And never came. The help never came. Then he thought and had the idea that cutting off his hand, he could leave from the canyon to search help. He had with him a knife with two blades. When he tried with the larger blade, he found that he was too blunt to cut the skin. But by this reason, he couldn't cut his hand in the same day. He waited for the next day to take another knife and started to cut his hand. When he tried with a larger blade, he found that it was too blunt to cut the skin. Then for the next day, he used the other blade to cut his hand. Then, when he has cut his hand, he saw that was impossible with that knife cut all his bones. Then he thought a little and he broke his bones. He used a lot of force to break his bones and try to live. Obviously, he had a tourniquet on his hand to evade the losing of blood. But when he was doing all of this, cutting his hand, breaking his bones, he also was suffering a lot of pain because is a part of us. We live with pain. We feel the pain. Finally, he could get out from the canyon, and for his good luck, he found help. An helicopter of rescue moved him for the hospital. In the hospital, he was fine. He could walk normally, but he only had a problem with his hand because he didn't have a hand anymore. In a few weeks, he left the hospital, but without his hand. His hand was the price to survive. If you ask me, would you cut one part of your body to survive? Well, this is a hard a difficult question because we love our body, and I think not. I would prefer to die to cut one part of my body, feeling a lot of pain. I know that everybody of us hate the pain, and also I think that I hate the pain more than all of you. And I think that I could not live without a part of me also. But everyone have different ways of seeing the things. In a desperate moment, people do anything to survive. That that's all. Thank you.